Hello, dear students of English 4. Welcome to your Zoom meeting number 8 of the class. I'm really delighted to have you in this very interesting session of the class. Today, we're going to try to cover all the contents, activities, and exercise from Unit 8. Okay, so in here, we are going to be working on Unit according to the session, unit 8, unit 12, it really works. Okay, that is the name and the number of the unit for you to get to know and to get familiar with its unit. And in here, as always, we have the introductory video. So we're going to try to take a quick look at this introductory video. Then we're going to have more general ideas about the contents, activities, and exercise we're going to try to cover in this particular session of English 4.
This is another session of a class English 4. I'm still your teacher, Nueva Aranza Hurtado. The topic that we're going to discuss here are health problems. Some example of her health problems we have flu, cough, headache, toothache, and so on, right? And also the grammar topic that we're going to discuss here is adjective plus infinitive, noun plus infinitive. This topic is basically used to express feelings and reactions. For example, the little boy was afraid to jump. To jump, afraid is the feelings, is the reactions, right? Afraid. So this topic we're going to see in detail here, right? Remember that this topic refers to feelings and reactions. The reaction here is that the little boy is afraid. Afraid about what? To jump. In this case, this topic is very important to use the infinitive form here, right? To jump. So this is pretty much what we're going to see in this session. Thanks for watching this introductory video. See you soon.
Okay, guys, thank you so much for watching the introductory video. Now in here, we're gonna be talking about adjectives plus infinitives. In here, this is pretty much interesting and pretty much important to know when to use the adjectives or the infinitives. Whenever it's possible, we have two ways to express actions when adjectives and infinitives. And adjectives are determinators that can be placed into different positions with a sentence to modify or describe a person or a thing. Sometimes adjectives can be followed by the to infinitive form of verb to express feelings or reactions. Form, adjective plus to infinitive have this structure. Adjective plus noun, noun phrase plus to infinitive. The most commonly used adjectives are clever, difficult, easy, hard, impossible, nice, possible, right, strange, wrong. We use adjective followed by to infinitives to express feelings or reactions. And we find some adjectives followed by the to infinitive form of verb to express feelings or reactions. The most commonly used adjectives are clever, difficult, easy, hard, impossible, nice, possible, right, strange, wrong. The structure is we start with the adjective potentially followed by the noun or a noun phrase followed by a to infinitive. For it is expensive to buy. Expensive can be followed by the infinitive form to buy. No, not all the adjectives can be followed by the to infinitive. Let's provide with this content within the form section. Take a look at the example section that shows its use within a context. It is okay, adjectives, color, size, texture, shape. This is the categories we have for adjectives. Color, colors are adjectives. Size of as well are adjectives. The texture are adjectives, and the shape. The face is part of the adjectives. Now in here we have an video tutorial to have an idea about a word winning understanding adjective teaching video. Let's take a quick look.
Understanding and using adjectives at Grammar Songs by Melissa. You may or may not have heard that adjectives modify nouns, but what does that really mean? What are adjectives? More importantly, how can understanding adjectives help me become a better writer? Let's get started. As I stated earlier, adjectives modify nouns. You already know that nouns are the people, places, and things we read, speak, and write about. And if you modify something, that means you change it in some way. So adjectives change nouns. Let me show you how. Dog is a basic common noun. I can easily use it in a simple sentence. The dog ran. Each of my readers will have a picture in his or her head of a dog running, but not all of their pictures will look the same. Adjectives are describing words that I can use to clarify the image I create in my readers' heads when they read my writing. And I can change the picture in my reader's head just by changing my adjective. The brown dog ran. The mangy dog ran. The sneaky dog ran. The angry dog ran. And I can use more than one adjective to clarify the image for my reader even more. The thirsty gray dog ran. The young spotted dog ran. The short furry dog ran. Adjectives are powerful describing words that modify or change a noun, creating a more vivid picture or image. I can modify a basic common noun like dog by using adjectives. This dog is fuzzy and friendly. This dog is playful, black, and tall. This dog is angry, short, and gray. This dog is clean, happy, and wet. This dog is tiny, young, and yellow. This dog is fancy and shaggy. And this dog is long and shy. Look at all of these adjectives I use to describe one single common noun, dog. And each set of adjectives creates a different image for my reader. As a matter of fact, adjectives are so powerful that by changing just the adjectives in my sentence, I can change the entire meaning or situation. For example, if I write the sentence, the speedy black cat crossed the curvy road, I get a picture in my head of a black cat running quickly across a curvy road. But what happens to this image when I change the adjectives? What if instead of a speedy black cat, I write about a little striped cat? And instead of a curvy road, what if there's a busy road? The little striped cat crossed the busy road. Oh no, little cat, look out for cars! Changing the adjectives changes the pictures in my reader's head. So now you know that adjectives are describing words. You also understand how adjectives modify nouns. And most importantly, you have seen that adjectives clarify the picture in your reader's head when you write. So what are you waiting get started. Thank you for joining me at Melissa.
Okay, thank you very much. Now we have a practicing section, adjectives using this I Spy game. Okay, so let's try to make this game and let's discover what are the adjectives in that game.
Another part of speech are adjectives. I absolutely love teaching adjectives because it's describing words. And when we describe something, we give things details, we give things character. Now, I just start by teaching my kids that adjectives are four things: color, shape, size, and kind. Now, to reinforce this, I play a little game called I Spy. I look around the room and I spy something. I'm going to have my kids guess what it is by just using descriptive words or adjectives. I'll start by saying I spy that's blue. So all the kids are looking around the room for something blue. I ask them not to shout out right away. Keep it in because I'm going to give them four descriptive words to identify what the object is. So we know first the color is blue. Second, the shape. I spy something blue and rectangular. Of course, we need to know what a rectangle is. They're looking for something blue and rectangular. That's the shape. The size. I spy something blue that's pretty small. That's hard with size sometimes because it has to have a comparison. So I start by telling them it's small. Small compared to the size of our own room. Color blue, shape is rectangular, size is small. Now kind. Kind can be a little tricky. So I'm going to tell them that my blue, rectangular, small object is holding something white and fluffy inside. Now, so to avoid everybody shouting out and telling me exactly what it is, I have them put their thumb up if they know what it is. I press my thumb against their thumb for them to guess. I have one student guess that it is my carpet rug. Oh, you were close, but it's not correct. I have another student guess that it's my box of Kleenex. And we go over the four adjectives to decide if it was correct. It is blue, it is rectangular, it's small in size, and it's holding something white and fluffy inside. So now, the most fun part is that I have guessed it correct. Play the game.
Okay, that
So, of
is
course,
really
the
interesting,
rules
really nice. And here we're gonna have a video based on the content, the adjective plus two infinitive, for you to have another idea how to use this content, okay?
Hello everyone, my name is Sofia Mariano and in this short video I am going to be talking about the very important which is adjective plus infinitive, noun plus infinitive. By the end of this video, you will be able to ask for and give advices using adjective plus infinitive and noun plus infinitive. Okay? Okay, but let's start with a quick definition of what is an adjective. An adjective is a word that gives us more information about people, animals, or things represented by nouns and pronouns. For example, that's a big house. In this one, the adjective is big. The second example is look at the gray horse. So as we can see here, the adjective is the word gray. Okay, let's continue with the second definition. What is an infinitive? Infinitive is when we add to to the verb which is in the base form. For example, to put, to add, to take, to drink. Okay, let's continue with the third definition. What is a noun? A noun is a word that refers to a person, place, thing, event, substance, or quality. For example, doctor, Paul, and beauty. All of them are nouns. But before starting, let's mention
six of the most common health problems that people experience at some point in their lives. The first one is the cough. The second one is the cold. The cold. The third one is the headache. The headache. Number four is the stomachache. Stomachache. Number five is the flu. The flu. And the last one is the backache. The backache. So let's continue with our grammar. Adjective plus infinitive, noun plus infinitive. Okay, so when do we use this grammar? So sometimes when we go to the drugstore, we would like to know about recommendations or suggestions for any specific health problem. So in this case, we can use this grammar. For example, what should you do for a backache? What should you do for a backache? So in this case, we are going to start with the WH question what. The modal verb should. Remember that we use should for asking about suggestions or recommendations. After our modal verb, we are going to use the pronoun. After the pronoun, the auxiliary verb do. And after that, the rest of the question. So, what should I do for a headache? What should you do for a headache? So there are three examples that we can use when we are going to a drugstore or when we want to ask for any specific health problem. For example, in this case, what should you do for a backache? What should you do for a backache? So the first one says it's important to get a massage. Number two, it's a good idea to put some cream on your back. The third one is helpful to take a rest and sleep. So in number one, it is important to know that when we are going to start giving a suggestion or an advice, first we have to start with the pronoun it. So remember that we use the pronoun it when we are talking about things, about places, about animals, or about problems. In this case, the backache is a health problem. So, but let's remember the conjugation of the verb of the pronoun it. So the conjugation of the pronoun it is it. So it. So remember that we have to start with the pronoun it and after that with the verb be. It. So the next thing that we have to know is that we have to use an adjective. For example, in this case, the adjective is important. After the adjective, we are going to use the infinitive. Remember that the infinitive is when we add to the verb in the base form. To get. And after that, we are going to add the noun. So it's important to get a massage. The second example is it's a good idea to put some cream on your back. So in this one, the adjective is good and the infinitive is to. So let's continue with the third example. In the third example, we have helpful to take a rest and sleep. So in this one, our adjective is helpful, our infinitive is to take, and our nouns are rest and sleep. Okay, so let's take a look at one more example. What should I do for a headache? What should I do for a headache? For example, it's important to see a doctor. So remember, first we are going to start with the pronoun it, after that with the verb be, and then we are going to use our adjective, which is important in this case, and after the adjective we are going to use the infinitive to see, and after the infinitive we are going to use.
Okay, that is the grammar explanation when using adjectives plus Infinitive, noun plus infinitive. Okay, it's very simple. It's really practical to use it and to put into practice, which is the most important part when learning something new in English. By now, I'm going to be talking or I'm going to be explaining to you some common health complaints that we might go through sometimes, okay? In this case, we have the common health complaints, and those are health problems, English vocabulary, common health complaints. In here, a headache, a backache, sore muscles, a stomach, a cold, a cough, the flu, insomnia. Those are a common health complaints that we might go through and at some point. Health problems, English vocabulary, asthma, a backache, a broken leg, a cold, a cough, a earache, a fever, the flu, a headache, a heartburn, the measles, a rash, a sore throat, a stomach ache, a sunburn, or foot ache. And here we had some expressions when asking someone that how are you? I am fine, sick. How are you today? Good, awful, I feel sick. How do you feel? Great, terrible, not so good. How do you feel today? Fantastic, miserable, not very well. How do you feel? Not so good. What's the matter? I have a headache. I'm sorry to hear that. When you hear or see that someone is not well, then you ask, what's the matter or what's wrong? And the person who is sick or has a health problem may respond, I have plus the health problem or condition, or I've got health problem. Example, I have a sore throat. Okay, that is a extra vocabulary for you to know when saying or when telling when you're not going really well or when you're not feeling really well. Now we're going to listen and practice. This is the listening section. Okay, this is the listening session. Listen and practice. Conversation, health problems, okay? This is about health problems. So we're gonna play the track and then we are going to practice. Of course, we need to listen and then we are going to practice the conversation between John and Craig, okay? So let's try to listen to and then we're going to practice.
Unit 12. It really works. Page 78. Exercise 2. Conversation. Health problems. Part A. Listen and practice. Hi, Craig. How are you?
Not so good. I have a terrible cold.
Really? That's too bad. You should be at home in bed. Unit 12. It really works. Page 78. Exercise 2. Conversation. Health problems. Part A. Listen and practice. Hi, Craig. How are you?
Not so good. I have a terrible cold.
Really? That's too bad. You should rest.
Yeah, you're right.
And have you taken anything for it?
No, I haven't.
Well, it's sometimes helpful to eat garlic soup.
Okay, thank you so much for listening. Then you can practice at home, okay? And here we have a video tutorial about health problems, English vocabulary. This is an extra vocabulary for you to know, and this is based on what I was explaining to you some minutes ago. Okay, let's take a quick look at it.
In English, there are different ways of asking how someone is. You can say, how are you? How are you today? How do you feel? How do you feel today? How are you today? I'm sick. I feel sick. Not so good. Not very well. These are different ways of responding. To say how you are, you can use I feel plus an adjective. For example, with positive adjectives. I feel fine. I feel good. I feel great. I feel fantastic. Or we can use negative adjectives. I feel sick. I feel awful. I feel terrible. I feel miserable. When you hear or see that someone is not well, then you can ask, what's the matter? What's wrong? And the person who is sick or has a health problem may respond, I have plus the health problem, or I've got plus the health problem. For example, I have a sore throat, or I've got a sore throat. Let's look at this dialogue. How do you feel? Not so good. What's the matter? I have a headache. I'm sorry to hear that. Let's look at different types of health problems. Pay attention to the article that goes before each health problem. And note that sometimes there are no articles. I have asthma. Asthma. I have a backache.
Okay. I have a broken leg. I have a cold. I have a cold. Cough. A cough. Okay, at the end of this unit, you're going to have two type of exercise. The very first one is a practice exercise, and the second one is an evaluated exercise. So we're gonna try to cover the practice exercise health problem. Look at this health problem, choose a good piece of advice for each problem. We're gonna get started and we are going to provide an answer. A sort of throw, look at these health problems and just a good piece of advice for each problem. Drink a lot of liquids, see the dentist drinking something cold. I would say drink something cold. A cough, stay home, take cough syrup, or go to work. Take cough syrup. A backache. Exercise, put a heading pad on it, do yoga. Put a heading pad on it. A fever, go shopping, drink ice water, take medicine. That will be the. A toothache, see the dentist, see a doctor, eat ice cream, see a dentist. A back headache, take aspirin, take a break, eat something. Take aspirin for short. And a burn, put some ice on it, put some ointment on it, bandage it. Bandage it. The flu, stay at home, rest, stay at work. Stay home. Or rest. Okay. And here is drink a lot of liquids. Okay. Drink a lot of liquids. That will be the answer for number 2 is correct. Number 3 is correct. 4, 5, 6. And here put some ointment on it. That will be the other one. Okay. And here we're gonna make our second attempt just to reinforce. Okay. Now we're going to make sure all of them are correct answers. Okay, all of them. Very good. Well done. And at the end, guys, you're going to have an evaluated exercise. This is part of your accumulative process. This goes for 5 points, and you will also have 2 attempts. In here, you are going to structure, we're going to complete the sentence by selecting the right verb. I'm just going to help you out with one example. It was really difficult to find the office. We were lost. I'm going to help you out on that one. And then you need to complete number 2, number 3, number 4, and number 5. And then we're going to discover, okay? Okay, very good. So in here, that is part of your of your work. You need to work on that. And always remember, if you have a question, a doubt, please do not hesitate to contact me through the WhatsApp group. Thank you so much for your time. And I cannot wait to see you back in the next Zoom meeting. Bye-bye.